Hey friends, I hope you're doing well. In this video, I wanted to talk a little bit about mileage. So time is kind of crazy right now. The weeks are kind of just blending all together. And it wasn't until recently that I kind of took a step back and looked at my training logs and realized, wow, like the last 10 weeks, I've been putting together some really good training. And I want to kind of break that down for you all here and talk about specifically kind of what it looks like within a week, Monday through Sunday, what each day looks like, and how I kind of divvy up those miles. But first, I drew up this little whiteboard here. This is my last 10 weeks of training, the mileage I did, and I kind of wanted to just give a sense. So first things first, x-axis, we've got weeks, 1 being 10 weeks ago, 10 being this last week. And on the y-axis, we have my miles per week. So as you can see here, 10 weeks ago, I ran 82 miles. This past week, I ran 94 miles. And jumping into the statistics real quick, we have a minimum of 82, maximum of 96. And then on average, I've run 90.5 miles over the last 10 weeks. So this is definitely the first time I've put together numbers like that consecutively 10 weeks in a row. Very consistent, really happy with that. Now, bigger picture, I'm training to run really fast on the track, hopefully this summer, anywhere between the 1500 and the 10K, including the steeplechase. And this is the type of training program that I have found works for me. My coach and I have kind of settled on this as our sort of winter training. 10 weeks ago on this 82 mile week was when Coach Fox said, okay, let's bump the mileage up a little bit. Let's aim for 90 to 95 miles a week. And as you can see here, the next 2 weeks, I was right at 90 miles. Now this 87 miles, that fourth week, I actually did an 8K time trial on the track with some of the Brooks Beasts. They let me join them in for that. So I tapered down a little bit that week, and then the rest of this training block has just been, cruising right above 90 miles. So again, this is what works for me, and I kind of want to now go and break down what one of these weeks looks like, how I get to this number, how I kind of plan out the mileage for the week, staying flexible, and getting in all my training. So yeah, without further ado, let's hop into this whiteboard here. So first things first, I'm gonna write down the goal for the week, which I had mentioned earlier is 90 to 95 miles per week. We'll just keep this in the corner here, come back to that later. So first of all, I like to keep my training log from Monday to Sunday. I know a lot of people like to do Sunday as their first day of the training week, but the way that we structure our long run on Saturdays, Sunday being a nice easy recovery run or a day off, I really prefer starting my week on Monday. I think mentally it makes a lot of sense. You've had your nice easy day and you get to start the week. So without further ado, here we go. Monday through Sunday. I'm gonna have a little breakdown here where I've got my morning run in the AM and then my evening run in the PM. In this video, I'm only talking about mileage. I do have like a weight routine and drills and stretches and core and all that stuff, and I fit that in, but I'll save that for another video. Today, I'm just gonna talk about the running. So anyways, we'll build out the rest of this table here. Okay, so in a given week, I have a couple different runs that I'll do, and I'm gonna go ahead and color code by day. So first of all, we've got recovery days. I'm gonna color code that with just this black marker. Monday and Thursday tend to be the same, and those are my sort of easy recovery days where I'll do my just basic mileage, basic maintenance, a couple strides. Next, we have workout days. Tend to do, track sessions or tempos or fartleks, that type of work. We work out in my training plan right now on Tuesdays and Fridays, so I will mark that as red for workouts. Following that, I have my easy days. So that's Wednesday and Sunday. Very, very, very light, just time on the legs to recover. So similar to recovery day, but really even more emphasis on just resting and making sure the body is soaking in all the mileage and staying healthy. So those are even easier than the normal recovery runs. And then finally, we have a long run once a week. I am on a 7-day long run cycle on Saturdays, so that'll be marked in blue. All right, so let's get into recovery days. Typically, I do most of my bulk of my training in the mornings. So I'll do on average around 10 miles in the morning with some strides, and then 5 miles easy double in the evening, which brings me to a total of about 15 miles for my easy recovery days. So we'll keep track of that. 2 recovery days at 15 miles each is 30 miles. Then we can start talking about the workout days. So on average, I'd say I run probably with the warm up and cool down included about 12 miles for a workout morning, and then 5 miles for my easy double in the evening. I always double on workout days, and that brings my average to about 17 per day on average. But it does kind of vary, especially if I'm doing a longer track session or a shorter speed work. For my easy recovery on Wednesday, I do at most 10 miles, and then Sunday is at most 6 miles. Sunday I could go anywhere from 0 to 6, and then Wednesday is like 8 to 10, but I'll just put that here for the sake of accounting. And then I never do my doubles on Wednesday and Sunday. I always take those evenings off, so that gives me 10 on Wednesday and 6 on Sunday. So add that all in, we're at 64 miles, and then 80 miles after we add Tuesday, Friday, and Wednesday, Sunday. And then finally, we've got Saturday. My long run is usually around 16 miles, plus or minus a mile, and I always like to try to double on Saturdays, 21 miles. Now that, as you can see, brings my total weekly mileage to 101 miles. So you might have noticed here that if you add everything up I have on my schedule, that's 101 miles. And that doesn't make a lot of sense, because I just said my goal is 90 to 95 miles. Well, this is done on purpose. And actually, this is something I've found over the years to be really helpful in planning out my mileage for the week, and that is to build in some flexibility. So in other words, if I ran every single run like I have it on the schedule, I would be a little higher than I'd like to be. So I actually have to take off mileage from here or there in order to stay within my sort of 95 mile limit for the time being. And the way that this looks typically in a week is maybe on Wednesday I only run 7 miles, or on Sunday I take the day off completely, or Friday, instead of being a longer tempo or fartlek session, we do a shorter speed session on the track, so I only get 8 miles in for that morning. Or maybe I skip a double and take the night off one of those days. That really gives me this flexibility to say, okay, I don't have to hit every single thing on my schedule, and I can really listen to my body and stay flexible moving forward. And this is just a key for me to maintain consistency, and also just mentally feeling like I have that flexibility really allows me to, not overanalyze anything and get anxious about, I have to, add on a double or, add on some mileage in the parking lot at the end of a run so I can hit my numbers. It really helps me not get overly focused on the mileage aspect and still get the training in that I need. So anyways, that's all I've got for this video. Had a lot of fun making this. Appreciate everyone's feedback so far, and if you like stuff like this, please leave a comment for the type of training questions you might have, and I'd love to get back to you on that. So thank you so much, and have a good one.